What's up, people? It's definitely not Monday night. It's Tuesday night. Uh, so I got the schedule all screwed up. We had a holiday yesterday, so missed out on Monday Night Live yesterday. But we're doing Tuesday Night Live tonight. We're not working on. Can you see that guy? No, we're not working on. Or I'm not working on the Pumpkinhead project tonight. Tonight, I'm gonna get this pumpkin here painted up. This is for the giveaway that Keith and those guys are doing for support of Pandora and her fight against cancer. And so that giveaway is going to be probably like tomorrow or the next day. I mean, it's really soon, pretty soon. So anyway, instead of working on Pumpkinhead project, I've got to get this thing done. This has to get finished out because it's got to get ready to be shipped once they do the giveaway. So I've already sealed him. I'm already taking him out. I've given him a sealer, and I'm gonna paint him up now. And then it's gonna dry, and I've got to do another thing sealer on him again tomorrow. So there's a lot of still dry time left with this dude. And I just gotta get him done. That way, whenever they pull out their winners and all that stuff, um, I got this thing ready to go. I'm gonna move this thing kind of down here in this general area. I think maybe something like this. Oh, come on, get out of the way. I'll do something like this. I think it's a pretty decent view. If you guys have watched before, seen before, you guys have seen me paint pumpkins before. I'm just gonna paint this again. Painting just another pumpkin, gonna do it the same fashion as usual. Nothing super crazy. Man, this thing even washed out. But just a standard normal deal. Um, like I said, no pumpkin head monster tonight. I'm working on this because I gotta get this done. They're gonna be doing this giveaway tomorrow. Tomorrow, the next day. Hey, Jim, how are you? Hopefully everything's going good with you. Things are going. Let's do this. Things are going pretty good. Busy. All kinds of busy stuff going on. Busy with work. Busy with this. Busy trying to make some other products. Uh, yeah. So lots going on. Lots going on. And I apologize, Jim. I haven't done any updates on. Gosh dang it. On Patron lately. But I pretty much got, man, I just swept this floor. I pretty much got this all set up down here. Need to show you guys that it's all done. I did make pumpkin crunch time. That's right, Lupin. It is, man. If it wasn't for this, we'd be working on the pumpkin head creature. But this has got to get done. It. I think you were asking about dry time or whatever that Friday. So when I went back and laid on all that extra clay, like a day or so after, I really laid it on thick, and it really did take. It took quite a bit of time to dry up, but the humidity here has been pretty high. I mean, yeah, it's been in my house under the AC, but still, it's been raining and everything else, and there's been so much humidity around that the house itself fights that humidity, and then whatever. So that's almost clean. So it took just a bit longer than I planned on to get this thing dried up. Jim, dude, I'm glad you are on a live, on a normal live. Jim caught me on a live. I did a live just uh, for patrons. It wasn't a great live, but hey, I need to show you that too, Jim. I've got it's upstairs drying. I got that. Uh, I got the little pumpkin all carved out. Oh, I did do some new merch in the store. So there's this at the store. There's one that's got that, and that's just one of the groundbreakers I did. There's one where he's on the back. There's another one on there that's got a oh my gosh, a pumpkin scarecrow I did. That's on the back, and then it's got like the deal with a QR code on it where you scan it and it goes to the YouTube page, which I thought was cool. So I got an idea. I think I'm going to do these other T-shirts. I think I'm going to make them like interactive T-shirts with those QR codes. Um, so like everything that's on a shirt, like even the original logo, that's a pumpkin that I made, and that pumpkin actually with the tater at Froggy's Fog, he bought it. That was the one I specifically made for him. Actually, we made a trade, but anyway, that went to him. And then this was a groundbreaker in the middle of. It's not finished out. It's just a picture I had of when I was working on it. I thought it was pretty cool. So then also the pumpkin scarecrow thing, and I got it's made too. So here, anyway, back to the story of like making the t-shirts interactive. I think I'm going to take some of these because I've got some footage and some film on them that are split up in other regions. And I think as I make these different shirts and I put a different character in them, then I'm going to make these short videos. They're like 45 seconds to maybe a minute long. They kind of show the process of that thing being built from nothing into what it is, just a quick deal with some music behind it. That stuff I won't be live where you can see it on the internet anywhere, but it'll have a QR. That'll do a QR code on the back of the T-shirts, and then when you scan the QR code on the back of the T-shirt, you'll be able to see how that particular thing on the shirt was made. I know that's kind of a neat idea, so I think that's what I'm going to do with future stuff. Forgive me while I'm looking for a shortened paintbrush that I had made once that has seemed to run off. This chip brush will work. It's not the best, but I got to paint the inside of this thing first. So down here off of me, I need to get two cameras set up. We'll see. Yeah, dude, cool. Yeah, if you get some, grab some, Jim. They're at the Etsy store. And then Etsy, when I sell these shirts, here's the thing: I make like $2 because of where they're priced out at, which is cool. More about spreading awareness, but I might like it sucks because they're like $28 or something like that, and I'm still only making a couple of dollars on them. I may these ones when I do the QR code and put a little extra time into it to show. I might bump them up like by a dollar each, just for the time of creating those videos and stuff. Let's see how it goes. I don't know. It's more about spreading basically brand awareness, I guess. I guess you would say. But right now there's a shirt on there that's got a QR code that links back to the YouTube channel itself. I was playing around with that junk the other day. It was kind of neat. Now what? I missed something on that. So we got six here. Lupin's here. I know Jim's here. Who else is hanging out? Say hi. Not a bunch of learning going on tonight, but we're going to try to get this thing painted up this evening. Just do a little talking and having some fun. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Or is pretty decent. But at the moment, right now, just getting a layer of white paint inside this pumpkin. That way, when whoever gets this, whatever they put a little LED in here or whatever, just anything else, just white paint um, will really reflect that light out there. And those of you that were watching a couple weeks ago on that Friday or whatever, when I was sculpting, this is the pretty much the finished results of that sculpt. I went in and added and made the teeth thicker and stuff like that, brought out, the cheek areas and stuff. It just adds more to it. Some glitter for extra sparkles. Negative. I didn't know. I didn't know Keith was on here. I did go ahead. The reason this thing's kind of brown already is I've already sealed this with some spar urethane. And the spar urethane I picked up last time I was there has a tint to it, which is kind of annoying. Instead of it just being clear, but that's okay. Sometimes you can use that so to your advantage too. So just depending on what you're going to do. Like since this spar urethane's got a tint to it, I've got to. I'll do one last weather seal on this. And depending on what I do, I could paint this kind of bright, and then rely on the wash basically of the spar urethane to tone the whole thing down later on. But if I can get it painted tonight, then I should be able to get the last bit of sealer on tomorrow. And it'll be ready for the giveaway. And I'm really rushing this because this probably, to be super honest, should have gave the sealer a good 24 hours to dry up. Hey, Berlin, how are you? Glad to see you on here tonight. Yeah, looping this should fit into um, anybody's Halloween setup. It's got kind of a creepy factor to it. It's not overly evil looking or anything or twisted up or whatever. And then I mean, someone if they got it and they want to look creepier, shoot, they could always just do a they could do some more corpsing over the top of it or something. They could darken it down even more. Whatever they would choose to do. Berlin has no volume. Okay. Let's do this real quick. Mm-hmm. Well, we got at least three to seven talking. I know you guys can't see what's going on inside here, but I'll put it like this: I'm painted white on the inside. And I'll probably have to come back. I'm going to do a base of black over the outside. And I'll probably have to come back in here and hit this white again after that. After this white's had a little bit of time to dry up. If I would have been smart, I would have just ran outside earlier and um, sprayed this white with some rattle can. I've got some primer, some white rattle can primer, and I could have just sprayed that all up in there and got it done real quick. See, then if I would have done that, you would have missed all this action of painting this thing white. Hey, Charlotte, how are you? All right, on. All right, so Lupin, whoever, everybody else that's on here, you can see that Berlane says she doesn't have any volume. She's running around with her kids. So she asks a question, and I like answer her uh, by talking. If you guys would translate that message by text over chat, that'd be awesome. Man, I didn't really. I didn't. Well, that'll work. We'll do that. Oh, there's some water right there. I forgot to grab water to rinse my brushes out with, but luckily, I've got a plastic cup. And we got some good old water here. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. But the pumpkin looking good. Resin jewelry, awesome. Thanks, Lupin. You're awesome, man. I appreciate the willingness. Let's see. I want black. We're gonna do this. I'm trying to kind of set this up that way if somebody wants to put this outside, they can. But these ones that are full clay, I mean, you gotta watch them. Even though, like, I've got a lot of pumpkins that are full clay when I put them outside, but the clay is really heavy, and even with this sealed up, and I'm going to seal this about as good as I can. these still just, they'll wick a little bit of water in heavy rain, and they can get soggy, and they can move a little bit. I've had some of them before where they kind of close up a little bit while they're still wet. I took them and put something inside of them, let them kind of set on it, raise it back up, and then they dry back out, and everything's good. Especially some of them didn't get sealed up real good. Some of them I got that don't move at all. But it's always hard to get it perfect. I mean, I try to lay a lot of sealer on this thing. Um, the one thing I know that has held up amazing is the freaking um, the wood clay pumpkin. That thing is nuts awesome. So, all right, spar urethane. We base this white with a little bit of acrylic white. I'm going to go back in now. I'm going to hit this latex. This is a black latex exterior that I'm going to run over the outside of this. Just another extra layer of protection, right? Right on. That Griffin cross stitch should be cool. I love you. Are you guys heading to the game? Oh, it's in Riverton, isn't it? Yeah. All right. You know what? It gets a lot of times we get moisture from the top, Lupin. But also too, you're correct. I've never really put little ball feet on the bottom of them. I guess you could. It would take away. For me, it kind of takes away from the aesthetic of a pumpkin. But I know when I have them in because I'll even set mine on the ground. Right? I'm brutal to my stuff. I make my junk and slam it out there, and it's just got to set up. So sometimes though, if the ground gets too wet, I will take some of them that are just sitting straight on the ground, and I'll get them up on top of something to kind of get them out of the dirt and grass that's just holding the water. But they always do good. I mean, and now it's only been like some of my first pumpkins that I made that would get real soggy. A lot of these other ones I've been able to really get the sealer down pretty good, not have to worry about it. But I'll tell you, the ones, it's such a double-edged sword, right? Because like paper clay, when you're doing a pumpkin, it's so much easier, man. It's easier to sculpt with. It's faster. Basically, in one night, like you guys saw the other night, you can get the whole thing kind of knocked out, then let it set and dry and move on. But like the pumpkins that I've done, and I've done the cotton ball pumpkins, where some of you guys have seen those and gone through those classes. Those cotton ball pumpkins, they're so light that even if any of them have got moisture, which I'm not sure, right? I can't confirm whether they've been rained on, right? But I can't confirm whether the water's really soaked into them or not. But I've never had one of those really want to sag on me either. And I just basically chalked it up as the fact that they were just light. But by far, and I need to take some wood and just cut some wood up and make some sawdust. By far, the best outdoor clay that I've made at home has been that sawdust clay, that wood clay. But seems like I'm always making toilet paper clay, I guess because it's easy. I got a buddy that does woodworking. I just need to go over to his place and get some more sawdust from him. But I thought maybe I could get some wood and set up in the garage and do it that way. That way I can, because the finer the sawdust, the better. So I could kind of control my sawdust. Some of his would be pretty fine, some of it was kind of chunky, and I'd kind of sift some of that stuff out, you know. No, Berlin, so I didn't, right? So the mouth's cut super wide. This is where you get dangerous in this stuff. If I would have put something inside for more support, it would help out more. So I'm saying even with this one, it could wick some water, and then if it did, it could try to sag up. And like I said, you could take it, put something inside of it, let it set. It'll kind of hold it back out, and then let it dry out, and you're good to go again. Or if you do something like this, and you cut such a wide mouth, if you leave a couple of the teeth connecting in your mouth on purpose, that'll help support it the rest of the way through, too. Sorry, Lupin, that's a lot to freaking relay. Well, do I have something taller I can set on so that bottom can dry? What do I got? Oh, I've got a Pringles can. That'll work. Yeah, look at that. Mm-hmm. Hey, don't I have some stuff playing? Yeah, so like Lupin, you can tell her this Pringles can would be perfect. Like if it did sag and was wet, you could set it on a Pringles can kind of like this, where it pulls the mouth back apart and let it dry. You're absolutely correct. When this ships off, I'm going to put a little tag in there that recommends it for indoor. If they want to set it outdoor, to go grab it when it rains. But I'm doing everything I can to waterproof it for them, so if they do set it out, they don't have big time problems. I've just learned over the years, right? Uh, what ones I know are at risk and what are higher, and as rain comes in, I'll just pay attention to them and see what's going on. A lot of them now, though, I've gotten away without having any problems. But like I always say, because everybody seems like no matter where I'm at on the internet, whether it's in some other paper mache group somewhere or whatever, people are always like, "Oh, but you can't put them outside," and I'm like, "Nope, you can. I do it all the time, all the time." But this one's rushed. Mhm. I love the fact that you can take and cut out all my rambling, looping, and boil it down to just a couple notes. That's great. Looping has a great point here. He says you have to buy your ticket and take chances outside. Then again, even the stuff you buy at Spirit eventually fade and wear down outside, and that stuff's plastic. You're absolutely correct, man. I can tell you that, like my witch heads that I've done that are mache and then they're paper clay too, and they're over like a foam wig form to begin with, and then I sculpted over the top of that. Those, because of that foam underneath, I never have to worry about any kind of sagging and stuff. And then the faces, those witch heads, those faces compared to uh, like latex masks and stuff. We used to do a lot of latex masks, just stuff them with newspapers and put them on a dummy body to sit outside. Um, latex a latex mask will break down 1,000 times quicker than the shade does. Like if you got a good solid uh, armature underneath, and then you throw them. So like especially if someone does anything where they got like a foam ball underneath or some kind of foam armature, and then they're throwing their mache over the top of that, even to make a pumpkin or whatever it is. If you have something like that underneath as your base, I don't think it'll ever really go bad unless you just intentionally bash it with something just to break it. Hey, Joey, nice to see you. Yeah, there's give. I mean, there's really just give and take with everything. Uh, Shay's got its strong points and it's got its weak points. Just learn how to manage them. Here, I'll move that up a little bit. Fortunately, this is drying pretty quick. That'll speed this painting process up. Once this outside gets dry, we're going to get into throwing the orange on here. I'm probably going to do a lot of wet blending tonight, which basically means I'm not going to let the colors get a lot of time to dry in between when I start doing color. And just let it blend wet. Oh yeah, looping like a long time. Because here's if you look at any of the videos, like I never made a video making it, but in the videos that show the yard hunt, even like last year, there's this big cauldron I made, and it's got a couple of skulls on it. It's kind of red in color, whatever. And that cauldron's huge. That cauldron is made out of paper mache, and it has a. I use cardboard as a base, and I kind of cut these. Whatever. Cut these ridges. I like formed this thing with cardboard and put these ridges in it and stuff, and then I strip mache over the top of that all the way around, and added some clay and some different stuff. So that witch's cauldron generally just set right on the ground, so the bottom was always on the ground. I made that back in 2013 or 2014. I still have it. There's a couple holes and a couple little skulls on there where I've had some squirrels come out and kind of eat on it when it was set up for Halloween. But I have no holes drilled in the bottom of it. And when it rains, that cauldron holds water. And it's all mache. And it's still good. Like I don't even empty it until after Halloween's over with. And after Halloween's over, I'll kick that thing upside down and let the water drain out of it. And then I'll flip it back up, and I'll make sure that it dries up on the inside before I store it. But that thing holds water, it gets rained on, and it has not fallen apart yet. And it doesn't have anything as rigid as foam inside of it either. So that one's been pretty impressive as well. Yeah, I'm probably going to do her hands, fix her hands up. So I got them again. Looping. Originally, what I wanted to do was kind of do some new witches that were more skeletal or thin, where they look more like a skeleton versus kind of human, to kind of make things a little bit more dark and creepy. So I'll probably repair her hands here pretty soon. So I've got that as a backup, and then work towards making some new witches that are creepier. And then if I don't get the new witches done, then I still got the old ones that I can put back up there. As a matter of fact, the hands are just those broken hands. I got a shelf over here, not too far out of camera view, and they're hanging out over there waiting. putting all these ridges and these eyes and stuff are cool and they look cool, but it's a pain to get in here and get that stuff painted. Where are we at? Where are we at? Okay. Thank you, Lupin. They said Berlin wanted to know why orange and black. Well, it's not really orange. It's actually tan, and it's not. It wasn't from. I don't have it in here. It was technically from the spar urethane, which this isn't the one I had, but the spar urethane I had a tint in it. The spar urethane wasn't just clear. So I already did a layer of weather protection with spar urethane. That spar urethane had a tint. It's this brown tint. So that's just kind of what I was stuck with. So now we're doing exterior latex paint over the top of this spar urethane. A lot of times I'll base things out in black like this. As soon as this is dry, I'm going to dry brush white over it, and then we're going to get after the color. But yeah, all because I'm trying to seal this thing up as much as possible. That way, if someone does stick this out in the rain, it has the best chance possible of living. Oh, okay. Pat, let's see. Excuse me while I get my promotion on here, guys. Pat says, I'm not tech or YouTube savvy. Can you please explain how to become a patron? Already did a something. I'm not sure what. But here, I'll share screen with you real quick. Let's do this real fast. Oh, I didn't put, I should have put this in the description, but I did not. So I'm going to screen share this. No, cancel. Let's open up another one here. YouTube. Let's go here. Okay. That's pretty funny. Okay. Now we're going to screen share. Hang on. Present. Screen share. Screen share. YouTube. All right. So if you are come to my channel, this is the easiest way. So if you come to the channel, and when you first get in the channel, there'll even be you're going to be hit with what is it first? Actually, you're getting playlist first. But if you go to the latest ones, like this one was 2 months ago. Let's say you click on this video. This was off.
Welcome back.
Let me pause that. That was you guys built that, and I need to make a video on the spider pumpkin, guys. I'm totally sorry. I'm sorry. But anyway, if you go to the videos, get going, you come down in the description, you'll see links down here. One's to an Etsy shop, the other one's to Patreon. You should be able to click on Patreon. And then once you get here, you can join for free too, I think. Maybe not. But then you got a $2 a month if you want to support, and then you got a $5 a month. You just click join on either one of these, and then it walks you through it from there. Uh, Hopefully that explained it. Oh, you're okay, dude. I'm tired too, man. No, Berlin, the white inside is not a sealer. The sealer was the same thing, the same brown on the inside as it was on the outside. I just painted just a minute ago, I think before you got on, some acrylic paint on the inside white. I painted white on the inside so they show the light through there a lot better. Well, hello from Scotland. How you doing, field maker, field walker? Is it late there in Scotland, your time, or early? I'm always curious what those time differences are. And then, Pat, if you get to the patron side, there are a few things on there that the patrons see that most don't. Um, I'm trying to do better at that, but honestly, I'm not super good about making patron specific stuff. I kind of should, but for me, for right now, basically, if you're willing to go support over there, that's awesome. That's just supporting this channel itself, and will help support because I'm going to do other. I'm going to get back in the habit of the other videos too, besides just lives. Um, so all the stuff on Patreon, all that junk, everything just goes to the channel to help. Whether it's trying to get enough money to buy a new computer that's faster, so live streams can be better, or whatever, or better camera stuff, or just supplies for making things. All of that, all those funds I use for this specifically. Oh, you're gonna get paid. Bottom should be dry enough now. 2:05 a.m. Holy cow, you're crazy. Lupin, dude, thank you so much for helping out Berlin since she can't hear anything. That saves me a lot. That saves me a lot of typing. Carrie and Bree, they're both took off to the baseball game. She's watching her kids from, well, not our kids, but her kids from school. They're still playing baseball, so they're off to those games. So we don't have her downstairs to help um, field questions and answer those things. I super appreciate that, man. I really really do. Pat, I hope so. And with this coat right now too, I'm not really worried about making everything super dark black. I'm just trying to make sure I get a good layer of this on here, because once again, this black is an exterior latex black. It's just a whole nother paint layer to try to hold the weather out. Everything I do when I'm creating with mache, especially for things that I know are going to go outside or going to be used for my props or whatever, from the very beginning, everything I'm doing, I'm trying to add some kind of layer of weather resistance into it. That's why I use Type Bond 2 wood glue and water as my paste, because Type Bond 2 has got some weather resistant properties to it, all that stuff. So everything I do, I'm trying to help with weather. There's other things you can do that you can mix in that would probably be even better. But I'm also trying to keep some of the chemicals low, right? The way I can do this inside, I don't have to be in a super well ventilated area all the time as I'm doing this. Because I do a lot of building sometimes in the wintertime when I'm down here in this room. And this is in the house. And if I use something that's stinky, um, Harry lets me know about it for sure. I need a small. Can you give me with that? Let's try this. Nope, the white was an exterior loop and it was just acrylic. Um, it would probably be smart. I'll make a suggestion that if you're going to do this at home or whatever, if you spend the expense of buy like a little quart, because that's all you really need, of like an exterior white latex, doing the inside with an exterior white latex would be good too. That's just all about trying to steal from the elements. But I don't have any white latex on me right now, so that's why it's just acrylic. Because once this is all painted too, once all the colors painted tonight and this dries up, then I'm going to do another coat of scar urethane sealer over the top of all the color. And then inside too. So I'll do another scar urethane inside, scar urethane outside. Just everything I can do to help fight off the weather. Nope, you're spot on, Lupin. And yep, dude, I am all about using what's on hand, especially for my stuff. Um, and this one was just kind of thrown together real fast. So if I'm building stuff for around the house or whatever, my stuff, I generally always use what's on hand, from paints to stuff for my armatures or anything else. But back when I was a couple of years ago, I was making quite a few of these to sell. And for those, I was going out of my way to make sure I had every product that I needed. This thing's going to look so cool. So cool when it's done, when it's painted. I uh I haven't done one with an expression like this in a long time. Like this expression on this guy and stuff, the kind of way he looks is what I consider to be all back on the channel. I had labeled what I call kind of the second generation, but also the second generation was a little bit taller, it's kind of pear shape in a way. That was the second generation, but this kind of face is still synonymous with that second generation pumpkin, and I haven't done one of these in a long time, and I like them. I like the way they look. Okay, you're going to work. All right, I'm going to wash this brush out. We're going to let this set for just a little bit. Let this set for a little bit. I'm going to let it dry up some. Woo, you guys are all over the place. Sorry about that. I'm going to have a look at the chat here, see if I can catch up or whatever what's going on. This latex shouldn't take too long to dry up. Lupin was still the last person on chat. Look at that shiny bald head. Okay. Boom. I could get out the maybe I'll get out the heat gun real quick. See if I can't speed this up a little bit. Trying to work this latex paint out of this brush. Acrylic comes out so much easier. Right? That's for sure. Tone that glare down. Oh, hey, let me show you guys this real quick. Woo, he's falling off. So last week when we were working on this little dude, I got all that junk macheted in. It's hard to see on the camera, but there's some details kind of there. I'll make that. We're going to do a little clay on top of these areas and make those things pop, right? And we'll stand out a little bit more. We'll carry stuff around the eyes so we can really give them that nasty snarl or whatever. And then the jaws kind of coming together. So by the time all this comes back together, we throw some teeth in it. I'm going to bulk this head out a little bit and stuff too. We'll make the head seem bigger and fatter, and it's going to fit up on that body. It'll look a lot better on that body. But don't look too bad. Don't look too bad. Charlotte's still here. Right on. Awesome. Let's get, yeah, let's see if we can, well, yeah, we're gonna heat gun this just a little bit. Yeah, man, it is. It's like, those are kind of the fun parts, right? When you're working on that stuff, especially this little dude. We start getting into some of the detail on his head and different things like that. The thing's going to really start kind of coming alive and really looking a lot better. It'll get a lot more exciting then. And once that head's dialed in, I'm really thinking the body should be pretty simple. Well, I mean, maybe not simple, but a lot easier than the head. Of course, we're going to have to do, when I was looking at the picture, it's got a bunch of like, it seemed like the back of the tail's kind of like spiny looking and stuff. So we need to make all that junk happen. But right on, 9. Look at that. We're up to 9. It's going to get loud. 9 people hanging out watching this stuff happen. Let's get this off my mug again. Right now, I'm just trying to speed up this latex a little bit. It's way better to, if you're going to do latex like this, it's honestly way better to do this one night and then let that set and dry for a good 24 hours before moving on to the rest of the paint. But I don't really have 24 hours. I should have got on the bandwagon of making this thing a long time ago. That would have been the responsible thing to have done. My way would have been done way before now. Yeah. So here we are. What are you doing, buddy? What's up, Rufus? Okay. We want some orange. We want some brown. No, we want some white first. We're going to dry brush this white. What am I doing? What am I thinking? Yeah, so before we go hitting this with all the dark brown, and I'm missing one of my paint palettes. I guess we can just use this. We'll just use this for now. Why not? I've got this little paper plate on hand. It can be a paint palette for this white. So let's do that. Oh, if you guys watched the video back in the day on the ones I did the Celeste cast, there's those two guys. It turned out pretty good. And they still got some lights in them. I had them upstairs forever. And Carrie said it wasn't Halloween anymore, so I had to take them down. So I brought them down here. See, I've got clay left over from doing this guy too. So whenever I start working on this pumpkin head dude, we'll use some of that clay. We'll see how that works because it's so much smaller, right? We'll see how good of detail we can get out of that stuff. Dude, that's what I say all the time. I'm always telling her that it's always Halloween. But I don't always get to have them, the decorations up. Actually, I don't want to dry brush with that one. I want to dry brush with this nasty chip brush. I tell you what, the smell of this latex kind of being heated up, this latex paint, and the smell of the sealer and everything else, because I'm generally always doing this at Halloween time. That smell just reminds me of Halloween. Dry brush. Dude, yeah, Lupin, you're right. Since they're just sporadic and going everywhere. Dry brushing is always such an awesome little trick, especially if you're just kind of wanting textures to show. I'm going to hide all this texture with the paint job, but that was heavy. It's okay. Knock it down a little bit. We're throwing all this color all over top of it too, so it'll be okay. Couple things, man. I hope they're able to raise some good funds for Pandora. And I hope whoever gets this enjoys it. Yeah, Pat, I completely agree with that. Completely agree with that. Yeah, Berlin, you just have to kind of let go. But see, well, the fun things are like I'm not going to do the super fast paint job on this, but if you do a dry brush like this, and if you're using like a white primer, so you can dry brush your white primer all over everything, and then when you come back and paint, like if you just do like an orange wash over this area, and you really try to leave some of these darker, so how this is kind of lit up a little bit, you could bring out more dry brush in this area and being the primer, and then use a wet, just a really watered down orange wash or whatever, and just let that run all over it. That primer will pick up that orange wash and hold that orange wash, and then where you've got all this texture, you don't have less primer, that's a much darker orange, and it's a super fast, super quick way to make a paint job look like it's got a lot of depth without painting 14 different colors to create the depth. Ah, see, and then whoever gets this gets the wonderful mistakes that I missed. Like I got this little spot here that I could have gone back in and filled, and I didn't see it. So you guys get the wonderful human aspect of me messing up on this one. Oh, thanks, Jim. Yeah, that's that little one, huh? I'm going to build another big pumpkin like this and do a giveaway for the patrons. I feel like I need to do that since you guys help out monetarily with the channel. So I need to get one done and get one to give away for you guys. The only thing that's going to blow on this is shipping. I bet you this cost me $100 to ship. Shipping's outrageous now. Oh, Berlin wants to say, okay. Up, well, everybody's going crazy. Up, dry brushing, color wash at the end. Oh, okay, you're talking very good. Berlin wants to see the shirt. Right on, Jim. Yeah, every day's Halloween. Berlin, yes. So this is here. We'll do this. So the print's on the front. I do have this same shirt with the print on the back. It's in the Etsy store. This is a groundbreaker that I made for another haunt. This was just in a picture I took in the process of it being made, so it wasn't completed yet. That groundbreaker turned out pretty cool. It lives in an actual haunt somewhere else. So unhinged on the front, this on the front. I got one where it's just this on the front and that on the back too. And they're in the Etsy store. Here we go. Back to here. Jim says, I'll pay for the shipping. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna make another one before Halloween. I'm gonna try to get it done before Halloween and do a giveaway for patrons, so I can try to show some appreciation back to you guys for supporting the channel. And I know not everybody out there can. I know times are tough and things are tight, so those of you that can't support or whatever, that's fine. You guys watching and hanging out is a good support too. And liking or whatever and sharing if you do, whatever, that all helps tremendously. But I did try to keep the patron stuff cheap. I've seen some of those things get expensive. Right on. Lupin, you're the man for keeping that going. All right, now we're going to do, I mean, if you guys want to see me mix this, we're going to do a little brown and a little orange like normal. We're going to make this dirty brown color. I need a new one of these that we're going to start this paint job out with. Just a base brown. I'm going to have hang tight. I got to go get another thing of water that I can use to help. Well, okay, not yet. Not yet. I don't have to leave yet. Okay. Because I still got water here, so we're good. Never mind. Dude, yeah, Lupin, exactly. I do the exact same thing. It's so easy to be heavy-handed. So I'm always, my hand's moving like this, right? Always before I'm actually hitting the object. No special beverages for me tonight. This is just diet soda. This weekend, since it was a longer weekend, Carrie and I from Friday night. Let's see, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. Well, of course, I had special beverages each one of those days. Let's put it like this. I played this weekend like I was 25 instead of 46. But anyway, we drank and then we stayed up playing. We got Rock Band for the PS4 that we've had forever. We've had Rock Band game forever, and we used to play stuff. Her and I used to play stuff like that together all the time. So this past weekend, that's what we did. We stayed up until like 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30 in the morning every night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, playing that game. Just having fun. Throwing a little brown in here. That's probably a lot of brown. We're going to throw some more orange in this. I'm going to mix this up. May have to add some water to it. Well, I am going to add some water to it, thin it down some, but see where this color is going to be. And then this whole deal, basically, I'm going to wet blend these colors tonight. And as I lighten up this orange, I'll just be adding basically more orange to this right here, unless I feel like I really need to make a harsh jump. And then I'll do it on one of the side deals. We're going to add a little water to this mix. Thin this down a little bit. I want to catch some of the depths of I've got a dry brush. I've got a dry brush. I have an airbrush that I really need to play with more. Yeah, I feel that too. Lubin's great. Lubin says my brain thinks I'm 30, my humor thinks I'm 13, and my body keeps asking if I'm sure I'm not dead. That's so funny. Man, my body feels like that some days too. We're going to prop this back up. This inside is going to need another coat of white, but I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get some color on this thing before I worry about doing white on the inside, because I can even do that in the morning before I head out for work. It's been getting pretty warm here lately, which is nice, but it's also been like, so we're like mid 80s to high 80s, but it's been getting down like in the low 60s and almost 50s every night too, which is kind of not really normal for around here. Generally, we basically jump from winter to summer where it's just hot, muggy, and humid, hot, muggy, and humid all night long. It's been kind of nice. probably could have really skipped the dry brushing part because we're going to lose a lot of the dry brushing depth with this paint job. But I do like to start with not quite just black as a base. Sometimes it's nice to have a lighter base to begin with. So this dry brush is going to give me a bit of a lighter base in spots, and allow these other areas down here to be starting off with a darker base, which will all work to my advantage. It's not a big deal. It's not like it took a lot of time to dry brush this thing, so I don't mind doing that. Once again, this is not the fast paint job. This is the paint job that takes a little more time, but I really like the way they look. I've been thinking about for some other Monday Night Live deals. I'm getting ready. I'm working on trying to finish up this other video, this other little dude, and then the other videos. So like I'm going to try to produce standard YouTube videos like on the weekends where they come up either Friday night or Saturday or something like that, and then keep up the Monday Night Lives. So on the standard video side, I'm going to start getting some building some of the bigger props I'm going to use for the yard this summer. They're all going to be basically a pumpkin based type thing. But I think for like some of the next Monday Night Lives, I'm going to do some, once we get past this pumpkin head, I'm going to take on some fast and easy deals like some of these little rum reapers and stuff. And I think Linda had put a comment on that night we brainstormed about a smaller pumpkin reaper thing, and that sounds pretty fun. And that could be fairly easy. A little pumpkin head might take a little bit of time if we're going to do it from scratch, but then after that, doing the robes and the other stuff will actually be simple and fast. So we're going to do a few of these classes where I can really get you guys geared up and give you some list of materials and something we can knock out in just a couple Monday nights. A few things that move along just little bit quicker. Definitely quicker than Pumpkinhead. Oh, I can feel a carpal tunnel on my hand kicking in. Man, it's gone quiet. I'm not talking. My AC isn't running. Nobody's running around upstairs. Everybody's got it's just quiet. I don't know why I'm worried about getting into there so deep, because I'm going to probably just paint that black inside there. I know I am on the eyes for sure. Probably do the same thing on the mouth. Old habits die hard. Oh, where are we at? Dirty Berlin. Haven't done any mache masks. Yes and no. Shoot. Hang on. Give me a second, Luke, and I can answer that question. I did a friend of ours back when our boys were younger and in school. Kind of a friend of the family, acquaintances or whatever. They paid to have it done. I did a gosh dang it. It's the movie, they did quite a few of them, The Purge. So I made a Purge mask. And I can't remember, and it turned out pretty neat. I can't remember if I have a picture of that on this phone or if it was somewhere in the computer. I don't remember. But there was a Purge mask that kind of looked like, kind of like George Washington in a way, something like that. Or Uncle Sam. I think it was an Uncle Sam mask, honestly, is what I think it was. So I did that. And it come out pretty good, and they're actually pretty happy with it. It's not on here. I don't have it on here. I don't remember. And I came across it just the other day. I don't remember where I came across it at. Oh, well. I don't remember for sure where I came across it at. But yeah, so I have done one mache mask, and that was all mache. And then there is let's do this. Right up there, over there in the corner, see that there's a mask there. It kind of looks like a pumpkin in a way. So that's a mask I made on Halloween Day because I wanted to have a deal, but that's not really mache. I went to the Dollar General store and I bought this crappy plastic mask that barely fit my face, and then took cotton, and then I had some. I picked up some cheap liquid latex at Dollar General store too, right? Just to cheapen the black bottles that you find, whatever that they show you on the front. You can make awesome prosthetics out of, which you can't. Anyway, I used that and cotton balls and slapped that together at 3 o'clock, and I threw that thing together, threw some paint on it, and turned that thing into a mask in just an hour or two, just in time. Yeah, Jim, I think it would be good classes. Some of those quick and easy ones. Yeah, I agree. Both of you guys, Lupin, Jim, you guys are on it. Some easier, quick, fast will be fun to do. Just got to get past this. I had to get past this pumpkin head challenge I found myself in. That's really drying out. We need some more water in this. Hello, Rosanine. Razani, I believe that's how you spelled it out that one day. How are you? Hope you're good. I haven't seen you in the past couple lives, or you haven't been talking in the past few lives. We've been doing this pumpkin head sculpt creature from Mache, but I got to get this is for a giveaway, and I got to get this thing done. So tonight, painting a pumpkin. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Roslyn. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. All right. So we're pretty much 100% coverage all the way around. That paint doesn't look too bad, but we're going to go on, and I'm going to let this dry for just, well, not really dry. We're going to go ahead and add some more layers on here. And we'll start here in a little bit. I'll start lightening up color. Like I said, this is basically going to be wet blending. You know what I haven't seen happen yet tonight? Maybe I shouldn't even say this, but I haven't seen my feed lock up yet. So that's pretty awesome. Of course, I thought I saw an update there. I guess not. It's quiet. It's quiet in the chat. Anybody in here working on their own stuff tonight? Just curious. Woo! Dropped it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let that dry just a little bit more because right now I'm just pulling color around. All right, let's hit this with heat gun real quick. Oh, chat's going on. Cat's leaving the cable. Yeah, right. Cats aren't playing with the freaking internet cable tonight. Could be. Almost finished with your resin skulls. Awesome. Well, awesome. Thank you. I'm glad it's nice, relaxing to watch. Yeah, Jim. Awesome. I know it's been a while. Jim is Mr. Brock's here is one of my very first patrons to jump on a long time ago, which was awesome. I think he's caught just a couple other lives, but he's usually pretty busy with work, so it's nice seeing him on here. It's nice seeing all you guys on here. Like, it's funny. Can you guys hear me with this thing going? Okay, so it's funny because I'll be out doing things, talking with people, or like my brother, he's usually got some get-togethers or whatever, and people are always like, "Hey, how's that YouTube thing going?" or whatever. They really don't know much about anything around here, but it's funny because I'm always tell everybody about these lives that we're doing and stuff, and I'm like, it's pretty awesome. There's a group of at least 10 to 13 of them that show up, and I said there's a real group of about six or seven that are always there. I said they got a great chat, great group. Kind of they get together and are always there to talk and whatever and throw out ideas when we're doing stuff. And so I appreciate all you guys. I really do. Good. I'm glad this cheap little thing's filtering that out. Okay, let's lighten this up a little bit. We'll add some more orange to our paint here. I mean, honestly, at this point, a guy could stop and dry brush some yellow and stuff over this, let that set up, and then do some kind of a dark wash over all of it, and it'll probably come out pretty freaking cool. But since this is going to be given away, let's see if I can up the ante a little bit. That's my biggest problem is when I'm making something that I know is like going to go somewhere else or it's basically going to go to somebody else. Then I start really critiquing what I'm doing like way more than normal. So I kind of run into those deals where I feel like it's not good enough type of thing. Even with the little pumpkin you got, Jim. I mean, there was part of me when that thing went out that I was just like, this thing probably needed to be better, you know. Well, Charlotte, I'm glad that you have fun every time you come. Come here. Come to the chat. Boy, my horrible. Oh, Lupin, dude, I was doing the other day. I was sitting down. I was doing these other T-shirt designs, and I think I'm going to do a design that's got the it's got the gosh dang it, the evil gnome that I made at Christmas time, like on the back, like in the circle deal here, and have this on the back with a gnome in it. But I think on the front, I'm going to do something that says like, "Look at what I made with my balls" or something like that. I thought that'd be kind of funny. Be a good inside joke for all you guys that follow the channel. Am I kidding about what, Jim? Announcing that you were one of the first patrons? No. Yeah, if you wanted me to keep that a secret, I apologize. So anyway, right now I've just added some more, a little more orange to this to lighten this up. And now I'm going to stay away from those inside edges. What's up, Chancey? What are you doing, buddy? Huh? What's up, big boy? What are you doing? Are you down here? Is Rufus doing something bad upstairs? Is that why you came down here? Huh? Thank you. Rose and E, yes, we are definitely our own biggest critics for sure. I could point out flaws in everything that I made. Oh, I just love the smell of it's so sad. I love the smell of all this paint coming together. It just reminds me of Halloween time. Oh, dead ends here, so the party can get started now. I was beginning to wonder if you were going to show up, man. Oh, awesome, Charlotte. You donated to the deal? Sweet. It would be cool if one of you guys that follows along was able to win this off this deal. That'd be awesome. It's a good cause for sure. And I'm sure there's a lot of good vendors um, giving stuff away. So no matter what, if someone gets their name pulled, man, there's so much cool stuff that's being given away. I think everybody be. I don't see how anybody couldn't be happy with um, whatever they got. Oh, sorry, wasn't paying attention. I got you guys out of frame. I'm just adding this. What do you smell, buddy? I'm just adding this lighter orange and just staying away from the valleys, keeping those darker. And then this orange is watered down too. So at first it'll come on like real strong, but as it dries up, it'll tone itself out a little bit. If that makes sense. Surely it does. What's wrong, Chancy? You can't get out. Hang on. I'll be back. I gotta let my dogs out. I got a swing door over there, and I actually put the deals in so the door will swing back and hold, but it won't push the other way. And I don't think he can get himself back out. Now he got himself in. Give me 1 minute. You want out, buddy? Come on. Come on. There you go. Really? Really? I just let you just came back, so we'll find a place to lay down, buddy. Fashionably late? Yes. Lupin, that is absolutely correct. Thank you for catching that because I didn't see the question. Unless they win Moose Knuckles. Yeah, they might not be happy with Moose Knuckles. Is Rufus chewing on something up there, Chance? Is that what you're doing down here? Are you trying to tell on him? Because I hear something going on up there. Now, Lupin, though, the only thing, I want to wind up layering so much on this orange that those natural highlights I was getting from the white dry brush is going to go away. But like right now, let's see if I can get up close enough to this. So right now, you can kind of see how that white kind of got some highlights from the orange being on there, and then it's darker. So with that, right, a guy could totally stop right now. Completely stop. Paint the stem brown, move on, and this would be a cool paint job with some depth to it and everything else. I'm going to keep pressing with more color. The more color I put on here, I'm going to lose some of that kind of white highlighting that's standing out underneath from the dry brush. So I'll lose some of it. Some of it will be in the seams down there, which kind of adds some interest or whatever. So technically, I could have just painted straight on with the color onto the black. I think, to me, I've done it before, and I don't really like the way the paint job came out because I feel like black is too dark of a base to start with. So my mind works in colors like this. I've done some automobile painting or some motorcycle painting, right? And depending on how your colors are going to be, how rich you want them or how deep you want them, your first base color is either like a dark base, like a black or something real dark, and then you're going on with another color. But whatever that base color is will affect the tone overall of your colors that you're putting on top. Right? So candy apple red based in gold first. So the car is painted gold, and then the candy apples laid on top of that. Gives a beautiful color. They also do a candy apple red based in silver. It makes the candy apple stand out in two different ways. Kind of works the same with your base paint on this. So yeah, I could have just come right over the top of the black, but I just feel like black's too dark to start with. I could have technically just painted the whole thing white and then just went with that because I'm going to lose a lot of the emphasis from the dry brush because of the color, because of the paint decisions I'm making as far as the style of painting I'm doing. However, the dry brush breaks up the black enough so it's not just a solid black base. Some of these areas that don't get a whole lot of color will still kind of have that kind of neat depth to it because of the dry brushing. So it all works. I try to experiment. Let's get off of me. I try to experiment quite a bit when I'm painting. But pumpkins, I've gotten to where I like what I'm doing right now so much with pumpkins that I am repeating this process over and over again and doing a lot less experimenting with it. Right. Yep. Yes, I'm going to do loop and I'm going to do some final dry brushing with a yellow for sure. For sure. Yep, and that would help replace any of the stuff lost with the white because I'll wind up as I lighten this, I'm going to add some yellow into the orange to kind of bring some more of that brightness, and then I'll finalize it with a yellow dry brush at the end, just in certain areas, right? Like whenever I do the final dry brush yellow, I'm just going to concentrate on some of these areas that are like on the very tips and stuff around the eyes to kind of bring those out. Some of the upper areas in these teeth parts, whatever you want to call them. And then I'll do some strong yellows, like right on the crests up here. And then on the bottom, it kind of just makes that stuff stand out. It gives it this, I don't know, it just gives it this neat look that I like, right? It's kind of like this guy across the top. So wind up with, did a pretty strong yellow. It faded down quite a bit. It's hard to tell on here, but this isn't quite as dark. And then it gets way more yellow here. And this was a pretty bright paint job. And then I wound up spray painting it with a clear. And then after I did the clear on it, I came back with just a black wash and then wash it in black and then wipe it off again. And that thing looks pretty neat. I might even wind up doing a similar thing with this. I'm just running out of time. I'm just trying to get this thing done. Hey, get out of that cat box. Come on, get out of the cat box. Let's go up here. Come on. You don't need to eat those. Go on, go upstairs. Go upstairs. Well, good night, Charlotte. Hey, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, Rosine, I guess you could say that. I got a signature painting style, I guess. I kind of fumbled my way into it, but I like it. Uh, these ones like this with all this extra expression in the teeth and stuff. These are the ones that are the most fun to paint in this style as you're kind of painting these highlights into it. Because there's just so much you can do. You bring in so much character to it while you're doing it. Whoever wins this may need to allow me time for some a little extra drying time once I give this a final coat of spar urethane. That way it gets completely cured before I bundle it up to ship. Ugh, that didn't get cured up all the way, and I packaged this thing up to shipment. As soon as you open that up, just a big old strong smell of spar urethane hitting you in the face. Hey, Keith is on here. Cowboys Keith. Let's see what I missed out on. It's always interesting. Woo! Sorry, guys. Keith says, "What's up? What's up, Keith? What's up?" Rosenstein says, "It's always interesting. It's to me how paint reacts to paper mache." Yep, yep, you're correct. It reacts different depending on what you're doing with it. Absolutely. Keith just got in the house. Everybody's all over Keith. Keith is all over everybody else. Keith's been grinding away from MHC. Right on. Did in yard hot says easy fashion. Yep, everybody's fashioning late. Berlin Davis, stupid idea. What happened? I'm lost on what Berlin. Oh, talking cobwebs. Oh, stupid idea for starting to cut. Nice. Hey, dude, you're always, you got something new started. So that's good, right? You could be like me, Keith, and on a huge rush to get my giveaway done in time for you to actually pull names for the giveaway, because that's what this is. Camera doesn't show it, but you can start seeing some separation in my light. There's a lot more. There's a lot more depth and darkness between here and here. Camera doesn't quite pick it up. I think everybody right now, Keith, is a hot mess. Okay, I got to go upstairs. It sounds like my dogs are tearing something apart. I need to run up there and find out what's going on. I'll be back in just a moment. If you guys leave, I understand. I am going to come back and finish painting this. But there's some noises going on that I can hear that don't sound real good. So I'll be back. Oh, I was so wrong. Carrie and Bree got home. That's what all the noise was. No, I found the things that will make it go back. So I need to go get a door stop for it and get another deal for a pull tab on here, but it'll swing it so close now. Found it earlier. Hey, yep. All right, what did I miss? Who left me? We still got 11 people just staring at this pumpkin. How awesome is that? Okay. Jim, see you, man. Have a great night. Thanks for being here, dude. Okay, there we go. You guys are great because you just entertain yourself. Yeah, we're going to add a little more orange, lighten this up a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead now, start throwing some yellow in this mix, make it even lighter. RJ McGee, hello, how are you? Whoa, it may have been too much yellow. We'll see. Yeah, MHC's just right around the corner, isn't it? It's like here in just a few weeks, something like that. Ah, good. I'm glad someone was making sure this thing wasn't leaving. Let's rinse this brush a bit. Where did that other thing of water go? Here it is. And let's get this streak going on. Yeah, 2 weeks. That's getting close, man. One of these days, I'm going to roll up and hit MHC just to have some fun. Who knows? Maybe in another year or so, I might do some vending stuff. But we shall see. All right. Oh, yeah, that's quite a bit lighter. Keith, when are you guys actually announcing the giveaway and doing all that stuff? Yeah, baby. Lupin's been like, gosh dang it, of all the nights for Carrie not to be here.
I'm sorry.
Well, Berlene Davis is on here, but she didn't have any volume.
Oh.
So he's been transcribing everything to her when she asks questions and stuff.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I gotta go watch my games, man. Gotta cheer on my fifth graders, sixth graders almost. Now I need a door handle.
I know. I had ideas for how to put a door handle deal on there and some other stuff, so I'm gonna have to get that stuff done. I just found it and I was like, I need to go ahead and fix that now. So okay, where are we at? Woo! Yes, her kids at school need all the cheering they can get, that's for sure. Yeah, it's a little bit of work doing the lives, just even getting them set up and stuff. Like poor Keith, when you get super busy like that, it gets tough. I saw Alan, Mr. Hops, was doing a live the other day. I didn't catch it on the live, but I caught it later. I caught Vic, though, the other day on his live. It was kind of fun. I was doing a little work down here incognito while he was live. Was able to get him some super chat thrown his way. Yep, I'll agree. Keith does some good work. Mm-hmm. sure I'm not right. This camera's not right on there, but as stated before, I'm just, as these colors are getting lighter, I'm really staying on the upper edges of everything. So yeah, the camera's starting to pick that up. You can start seeing now some of that tone difference between these higher areas here and then these lower areas here where I'm starting to stay away from. You can start seeing that separation. Berlin's got inflatables. Got a neighbor down the road that's got some inflatables. Oh my. Sorry, my back itches. I bought some of these hands a long time ago at the dollar store. I was going to use them for a prop and never have. Oh, well, that makes a good back scratcher, though. Oh, woo! You gave me chills. All right. Let's get back on this bottom side here. All right, Keith, in case I missed it because chat was kind of moving there. When are you guys announcing the giveaway? I'm just trying to stay on top of it. I'll get all this guy colored out tonight. But tomorrow I'm going to have to add some more spar urethane on him. And I want him to get dried up good. Saturday night. Right on. Thanks, Keith. Sorry, Bob. Right on, right on. Mm-hmm. Well, Berlin people are normally loud here too. I just have, since I'm downstairs, you don't hear it quite as much. And now, I mean, this used to be family of 5, 2 boys and me and Carrie and our daughter, and now both boys are out. One's college and doing power training or strength training coaching. And the other, Cam, well, most of you guys know he's off in the Marines. So the house is, besides the dogs, quite a bit quieter than what it used to be. Mm-hmm. Whoo! That almost went off the table. Woo, that could have been bad. Keith, I like your mangy rats that are coming out this year. I think those are pretty snazzy. They look awesome. Okay. It's pretty funny, Lupin. A little more yellow. Well, we had like 11 or so there a minute ago. Down to 11. I'm going to lighten this up just a little bit more. Hit it again. And we'll see. I don't know. We're probably getting close to, doing the final stages with just yellow. 2 hours and 30. This live's going to run long. Whoever hangs out, you guys are awesome. Whoever doesn't, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand. I get it. But I'm just going to be on here until I get this paint job done. I need this color done tonight. $17 likes, 10 viewing, 11 viewing now. Right on. Lupin Show 17. There must be likes. Yeah. I suppose if I played with my airbrush a little bit more, could do some of these live paintings a lot faster. Man, I enjoy the airbrush. I'm just talking randomly. I know your guys' conversations are somewhere else, so I want to talk to myself for a bit. I enjoy airbrush. I played with it off and on here and there, but I don't know. I just got this draw. I enjoyed this too. Um, this brushing on of highlights and stuff. However, this is not feasible for making products fast to try to sell. That's for sure. I mean, we're going on 3 hours here just for this one single paint job, and I haven't been really messing around. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Maybe. So I'm really just now really just staying in these higher areas and lightly blending down lower. Oh, good night, Rosanine. Okay. All right. Oh, it's a little too heavy. Come on. Easy. Uh, yeah, Berlin. I have. I haven't tried molding a big one yet. I'm probably going to. Uh, these. This one that I did the slush cast on that little mold, and that mold was made out of cheap cheap silicone from Home Depot and stuff. But this was a paper mache pumpkin that I had made and then did a mold of. And then I did some in some foam, but that was some cheap foam, didn't really work out very well. And then I did this slush cast deal with that, what is that, perfect cast stuff. Those are all things I'm going to work on towards this year is making some stuff, creating some molds, and then either doing a rigid foam or whatever. I want to do some small things that are easy to ship at first and stuff. I also think I want to try to put together um, some spider pumpkins where I can mold them in a fashion where the legs are separate and do the body and torso, and then do those where I can pour them in a rigid foam and basically sell them raw as kits, or then you can just finish putting the thing together and then painting and doing whatever you want to with it. And it's kind of my idea on some of these pumpkins too. Um, Creating some of these pumpkins with these faces or whatever, and then molding them, and then maybe doing a foam, a rigid foam out of them. And someone could either get it painted or get it in the raw. And if you just have it raw, then you can get it home and do whatever you want to with it. Oh my gosh, that was too heavy. What is the deal? Playing on my brushes. Need to wet down my brush, it's drying up on me. What's the issue? My brush just went to crap all of a sudden. I mean, it feels like it loaded up with paint, huh, with glue or something. Well, Berlin, I use. There's a lot of awesome LED stuff out there that I probably need to get a hold of and use right now. I just got cheap old school floodlights from back in the day. They're just outdoor floods that I got colored lights for. They're not good on uh, the electric bill or anything, but it's what I use. But that's something I need to look into as well. Is lighting and some of these companies that make some awesome lights. Is that showing? Yeah, that's starting to show. Hmm. Little perma blood on the teeth of this guy. I would say that that would probably look pretty cool. But trying to keep it where it'll fit in just about at anyone's place. Okay, where are we at here? That camera's not really picking anything up. I don't think. You can see the separation in between. I'm going to go ahead and start hitting this with basically some straight yellow right on top here. And pull out some high spots. And then I'm going to paint this stem. And then hit some watered down black inside around the mouth teeth. And it'll be done. Oh, Berlin. Sorry, Luke, but I know one thing I do. For all my pumpkins, I ordered these LEDs. I think they were like a pull light or whatever. They run off AAA batteries. Then they got a remote, and you can put that puck inside. Put that puck inside all my pumpkins, and you can actually set a timer on them. So I put those in all my pumpkins, and I light up all my pumpkins that way. That way, I don't have to have cords, and I can set my pumpkins wherever I want to, and they'll shut off on a timer or just shut off on a remote when I tell them to go off. I don't have to individually shut everyone off. So that's nice. So the only thing that I get irritated with on my haunt is if I have stuff set up that I have to manually go back outside and turn off, especially if it's cold outside and I'm warm and it's late. Yeah, RJ says yes, those are pull floaters. Yep, and they're great. They can get rained on and everything else, so I don't have to worry about them. Man, that camera doesn't pick up any of that yellow at all. This yellow is pretty bright, and that camera isn't showing anything. I'll have to take a picture of it later. Okay, hang on. Woo, dead end. If you're asking me where I got those puck lights, those pool puck lights, I got them on Amazon. Yep, totally bought them off Amazon. I remember. I don't think they were that bad either. I bought them. The bigger ones I bought a few years back, and then I ordered some last year. They were smaller. They still did pretty decent, even though they were smaller. So I know this yellow wasn't really showing up Sorry, I got real quiet. I got into this. I'm getting tired, and then I got into this. I'm not talking. Yellow doesn't show up real good on this video, but basically, I'm really just hitting the top sides here, basically right on this rounded edge. I can really highlight it, and then kind of blending it down. Then on the bottom edge there, a little bit just in the center, kind of like stress points. I don't know, or if the sun's thinned out the orange a little bit on the real pumpkin. I don't know. You can't, that sucks. You can't see that at all. That looks exactly the same as it did 15 minutes ago. And it is not, trust me, it doesn't look anything like that. I need to do this off a better camera so you guys can really see colors better, because this little cheap camera may be doing good filtering out other sounds, but it is not picking these colors up. At least on my monitor, I can't see these colors at all. Yes. Good night, Joey. Yeah, right. Dead end this was. That was just newspaper and toilet paper not too long ago. Now, let me see. I don't know. I'll see if I can focus this in if you can see. I don't know if I can change the lighting enough. That's too bright. What happens if I do this? Let's take that light away. You can almost see, but you still can't. The lighting's just wrong with this camera. All through here, this in here, and right on top, the very tips of these, and then the teeth here, and then right along the top edge. That's like a nice, bright yellow color to that, which really makes like everything pop, right? And it has a lot of dimension in it when you're right here looking at this. But when I'm looking at it on that camera, it just all looks the same. And it makes me want to keep painting it until the camera picks it up, but it's not necessarily that the camera needs to pick it up. It's just all about what your eye will pick up when you're looking at it in real life. There's not very many people out there that have any of the pieces that I've done. And I just want whoever gets this to be like, whoa. You know? And just happy with it and can see that I spent 3 hours blending colors. But I'm going to call the orange side of things good. You cannot tell. What is the deal, yo? Can you tell on this one? Was I that much brighter? No, it's even really hard to tell on this one. That almost blends all together too, even on here. But there's pretty dramatic differences in the colors here and on the side. So it's just this camera. Well, I got to say this again. There's not very many people that have one of the pieces that I've done, or even pumpkin that are done, and there's even less people out there that have got one that's been painted like this. Okay, I'm leaving that alone. I'm moving on to the stem. I gotta get the stem done. Let's move along with the notion. And Let's go. How's that song go? Okay, boom, 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 boom. Let's do a dark brown wash. And then we'll go over it with a lighter. They should be fairly quick. Couple different browns there. We'll go with this tan color too. Oh, am I out of greens? Well, I've got some green there. I can lighten that up. All right. Let's shift gears here. Good night, Lupin. Hey, man, thanks for helping out and having commentary, dude. I appreciate the help being here. Yeah, we're 3 hours and 21 minutes into this. Let me just put this out there. Lupin, thank you, dude. You helped out a whole bunch, especially helping transcribe that stuff. I really appreciate it. You guys that have hung for 3 hours and 21 minutes. Awesome. Amazing. I'm glad you guys were here. I'm going to continue on because I'm going to finish painting this, and whoever gets off, gets off. Whoever comes along, stays on, comes along. Cool. But I understand it is late. It's 10:37 my time. I've been on here since 7:15. So I just want to get him wrapped up. I'm going to get the stem painted and put some black in the eyes here. I got to get this color done. So I'm going to continue on. Whoever wants to hang out can hang out. And if you guys cut out, man, I understand. It's late. Let's move in a little bit closer here. Good night, Joey. So, I guess I will talk to myself just a bit in case there's other people that rewatch this later on, and those people that watch this later on to sit down for a 3-hour rewatch. And you guys are amazing too. Still got 5 here. Yes, we do. Berlin, do you have volume now? Okay. Okay, awesome. You got volume. Cool beans. So I'm just starting off with a dark brown. I watered it down. Not a whole lot, but enough that I know it's going to flow into these little areas. Because when I'm painting the orange on here, I was very sloppy and let that orange get on my stem. So we need to get all that covered up. So this stem's going to be a fairly easy paint job. I'm not going to go real crazy with it. I'm just going to do this kind of dark brown at the beginning here, and then I'll let it set for a little bit, and then I'm just going to dry brush them lighter browns over the top of it. And I may hit it with some green here and there. I don't know why. Sometimes I just think it adds a little bit more interest to it. And we just play it by ear. Carved a little curly Q type thing into the top of this the other day for the stem. See, that brown pretty much drowned out all of that orange that got on there. Doesn't look too bad. Let's hit this with the heat gun. Lupin Berlin says, I got volume now. All right, let's dry brush a little lighter color on top of that. What did I do with the lighter? Here we go. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, that's not pearly. You guys are animals, man. 3 hours into this, and there's still 6 of you here. Animals. Who is still here at the 3 hour and 29-minute mark? Ah, yes, she can. Back up to 7. Yeah, I didn't have much storytelling tonight. I guess not enough questions that brought up any good stories. That looks white on camera, but trust me, it is not. I think maybe I will throw just a little green down in these areas here. A lot of times those stems still have some green on them in there, so let's do that. Let's play with that a little bit. Back to 7, you should do a tree trunk. Yeah, I need to buy some new fog machines, and that's something that will be good as a tree trunk to hide foggers in. Because I'm really trying to get it to the whole haunt to be pretty much pumpkin stuff. The screen's kind of wet. Let's see what happens here. Easy on the green. Just lightly. Yeah, we're going to come back in. Tone that down a bit. Okay. Because that's bright. But I'm going to go ahead and be crazy with it for now. Ooh, that was a little too crazy. And I'm going to let some of this come up. Stem a bit. Yeah, because I'm going to come back and muddy this up. Yeah, some of that may have been a little too aggressive. See, you can even see that green. Wow. This camera's horrible. Okay, I need to buy a new camera for doing this because you guys can't see any of these colors. guess that's what I'll do with get some more patron stuff, and we'll get another camera bought for live streaming. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that stem. It's kind of a muddy brown, highlighty, whatever, with some green in it. So, yeah, I know. I've got this. I've got a Canon over here that was given to me by my brother, and that seems to do pretty decent. I've been using it to film some different things with, but I have to get something to. It's an older deal, so I have to get something different to be able to hook it up to the computer to do live stream with, right? Okay. It's a nice, nasty little muddy brown. That'll work. I'm going to hit some black on the inside of the eyes and nose. Some watered down black here on this. And I got to do a little bit more white on the inside, and it's going to be done. Donezo. It only took all night long. Animals. That's right. I like that. Animals. Just really going to create a real watered down black. That was too much water. Too much water. Okay. Am I out of paper towels? Oh no. Soak up a little bit of that water. Yeah, even you know, camera wise too. I've got this other iPhone for my other job. It's got a pretty good camera on it. And I think it picks up colors better. But then again, I got the whole issue of getting it tied in with the computer for live stream. I don't want to live stream just on it. I like using this laptop because I can see your guys' chat and stuff. So that works out better than just throwing the phone on. Because I also use StreamYard. That way, because one of these days, hopefully I can talk a couple of my patrons into joining me physically on live where they can be at home with the camera on and we can look at their project while it's getting worked on too. Shoot. I think I am going to do a black wash too. All right. So I didn't get over carried away with black on the inside of the mouth just because I want the, you know, this style of pumpkin is supposed to be like the pumpkin came alive. So I'm just trying to keep the teeth where they look natural. But we got a little bit of shading, a little bit of darkness inside, just a little bit on the edges, inside here on the mouth. Just kind of set it off a little bit. There's a lot of yellow in that. It's hard to see. It actually looks great right here, just staring at it. Blending looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I think he looks pretty cool. I would hope. I'll go back this way. I would hope that anybody getting that would be happy with it. So right on, you crazy people. Six of you still here. The stream has been 3 hours and 46 minutes. Wow. Like I said, you guys are animals that have been hanging out. I appreciate all you guys that have been here hanging out. Good night, Dead End. Lloyd, talk to you guys later. I am calling it a night. Thanks for hanging out. Tomorrow I'm going to seal this thing up so it's all ready for their giveaway. And some lucky person gets to own this thing. So, right on. Now I can stress out a little less. This thing's pretty well finished up. Regina, thanks. Awesome. Lupin, night. Night, everybody. I'm out. Next Monday, we will have Monday Night Live again, and we will be back on Pumpkinhead Creature. So we're going to get that thing done. I want to get that thing. Well, we're not going to get it all done Monday, but we need to get some progress on that because I want to get him knocked out of here so we can move on to some other stuff that's a little easier to make. Until then, I'll talk to you all later. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. And as I like to do my other videos, keep making something from nothing.